Jaxson Dart and the New York Giants take on Spencer Rattler and the New Orleans Saints from Caesars Superdome. Now, we have to talk about Jaxson Dart first. Got to give the kid credit against that Los Angeles Chargers good football team. I know they had the injuries later before the season. Joe Alt leaves in this one, and that impacts the game. Clearly, Justin Herbert was not comfortable, but you also know why it was not comfortable for the Chargers to have a chance to win this game. Because Jaxson Dart was a darn warrior in this one. He used his legs. He was comfortable in the pocket throughout the day. He got outside the pocket, was able to find wide receivers. He was more than good enough for the Giants to win this game and beat a Charger team that a lot of individuals are starting to say is a Super Bowl caliber squad. I don't know about that after watching that offensive line struggle play after play after play against Brian Burns, against Thibodeau, against Abdul Carter, the rookie. Have yourself a day. Dexter Lawrence, sexy Dexy with the interception, almost takes it to the house. Tip your cap to Justin Herbert. I thought Dexter Lawrence is just going to turn around and just push him over and then just walk backwards into the end zone. He gets tackled and it leads to 3 points, but that didn't even matter. Giants win that game, able to stop. LA had a shot at the end, but it really wasn't much of that. New Orleans, they fought their darn butts off. Give them all the credit against Buffalo. This was a good game. In one where they were, 15-point underdogs? They had Buffalo fans squirming in their seats, feeling all sorts of uncomfortable around there, as if they just drank someone else's water that wasn't their own. That feeling that people get, just like, ooh, it just doesn't feel right with you when you drink someone else's water when you're at the dinner table. So New Orleans, they had a chance. They made it a 2-point game, and they don't get the ball into the landing zone. They don't get the ball in the landing zone. Allen goes 4 plays. He has the big scramble, and then Dalton Kincaid, you're down 9, and the game ends. It just felt like such a gut punch. All of the momentum. You have one play, sort of similar to Arizona-Seattle, that Thursday night game. It's close. Arizona storms back, kicks short of the landing zone. Seattle goes, kicks the game-winning field goal. See ya. It's over. That was such a gut punch for New Orleans, but it wasn't really the result that you are looking at. What you wanted for New Orleans, if you're an evaluator of talent, if you're trying to find out if Spencer Rattler is potentially the answer long-term at quarterback, I think you're starting to figure a little bit of that out, because this isn't exactly the most talented roster you're working with right now, or the most incredible group of wide receivers. These guys are good. Look, Chris Olave is a stud. Spencer Rattler and him have to find a way to connect, score more touchdowns together. But this guy has been good enough throughout the season so far. He's not turning the football over. He's stretching the ball down the field. He's mobile enough to extend plays to pick up first downs when he needs to. I mean, heck, Spencer Rattler has looked about the way you would have wanted to going into the season. It's just you're playing what has looked probably like the best team in the National Football League in the AFC, next to the Philadelphia Eagles in Buffalo. They played their butts off. The Giants played a great game, and now we get the matchup of the couple of young quarterbacks. The New York Giants, I have to really address Malik Neighbors, and I know it's such an issue and controversy with the turf at MetLife Stadium. I just have to say that this is one of my favorite players in the NFL. I believe it's probably Saints' one of their favorite players to watch. Why? I think it's pretty obvious. LSU. A lot of Saints fans are also LSU Tiger fans. They've known Malik Neighbors a lot closer and longer than Giants fans, and of course it impacts them close to the chest there with that injury. It's tough always when you don't have a guy to be out there against the Saints in an impact role, where he's been quite actually in good intent one of the top 5 wide receivers in football through the first 3 weeks of the season. You could say that and not even blink. And to see a guy like that go down, it hurts you. You have to find a way to move on. But Malik Neighbors, man, the thoughts and prayers are with that guy. All of us are saddened by that one. There's still a football game to be played. Jaxson Dart being a little bit shorthanded in this one, but he was again shorthanded for the second half without his guy, Malik Neighbors, having to find a way to sustain drives, to pick up first downs against a tough Chargers front, against a tough Chargers secondary. What helped? A decent ground game. Cam Scattaboo getting the man 25 carries. They had 2 interceptions on Justin Herbert. That was huge on the day, one of them being the Lawrence interception. Devin Singletary, decent running the football. Jaxson Dart's legs very effective. Now settle down a little bit there, kid. Settle down. We don't need you to be trying to stiff arm people, and then he gets pulled out of the game. Russell Wilson has to come in. Let's slide. Let's start learning how to do that. I get it. You're fired up. Want to show how tough you are. You don't need to be doing that. I gotta say though, from what looked pretty dang bleak, Russell Wilson, the Sunday night game, and then there's a bunch of hope for the New York Giants. They named Jaxson Dart their starting quarterback, but it's like, well, what do they look like? First drive of the game, he takes him down the length of the field. I don't know when the last time I saw MetLife Stadium for a Giants game that hopeful and optimistic and excited. True excitement for their team in a big moment. Now you've got the New Orleans Saints 0-4. You could make an argument are the worst team in the NFL. A chance to be 2-3 in a game away from 500 if you can pull this one out against New Orleans and you just beat the Chargers. It looks doable when you look through what New Orleans has done so far on the season. They are a team that will try and keep the game. Kellen Moore wants Spencer Rattler to manage the game. Don't turn it over. We're going to give you opportunities to be successful, but we're going to try and stay in all of these games. And they've been in these games. Arizona, week 1, kind of in that game. The 49ers, same exact thing. Like, they've been in these games. They've had a chance. They haven't had enough of the plays on the defensive side of the ball to come up with them. I've got to lean towards the New York Giants. I have to tell you, I loved what I saw from Jaxson Dart. The run game, Cam Scattaboo is maybe the most fun player to watch in the NFL, if we're allowed to say that about a 4th-round rookie from Arizona State. Unbelievable. He's like a rolling ball of butcher knives. He just falls forward. He's a guy that just fights for not just every yard, not every foot, every inch, right? It's a pride thing to him. He doesn't want to say that he got taken down by 1 or 2 guys. He's like, all right, you bring me down with 3 or 4 guys, we'll live to fight another day. For New Orleans, they've had a great running back in Alvin Kamara for a long time, and where you would be pretty confident for New Orleans going into this game is saying, hey, I like what I saw from Omarion Hampton running the football against the New York Giants last week. He went off. I think that Alvin Kamara can get going in this game. Let's get the football to him and make a commitment. Let's stay a bit more with the theme, the sentiment of our squad is we're going to try and stay in games. We're not going to give the football away and turn it over. We're going to play bend, don't break. If we do break, we'll stop them in the red zone, and we'll play a 4-quarter football game. Be in this thing. Meaningful reps for our starting quarterback and Spencer Rattler running the football. New York, I know you have all those threats, all of those pass rushers who are good run defenders. Don't get me wrong. They are good against the run. That's not what I'm saying. They're not. But there were holes. And Omarion Hampton did hit the edge a couple of times. And he gashed you. And so that's absolutely a concern for New York in this game against the New Orleans Saints. Spencer Rattler, can we see a little bit of the quarterback run in this game? I believe if he can get to 50 yards rushing on the day on something like 6-7 carries, that can bode well because a couple of them got to be for first downs. This team has not been good on 3rd down. Look, they were great on 3rd down defensively. Josh Allen and the Bills, 3 of 10 on 3rd down, and you would have told me that, I'd say, hey, holy shoot, they got a good chance in this one. And then you go 5 of 13 on 3rd down. That's simply not good enough. Who will be better on 3rd down? Who will be better in the red zone? And which of these quarterbacks will turn the football over? That will decide this one, just like a lot of the games typically go. But it's even more important for these teams when you have the quarterbacks in these spots that haven't had a ton of reps as starters. That's what it will come down to is really, I believe, who is the team that's on defense at the end of this game with the other team backed up. I think that the New York Giants will be the team that's on defense looking to get a stop against against Spencer Rattler and New Orleans Saints. I have the Giants winning this game 23-17. Saints get the ball back with about a minute 48, and I think they will not be able to punch it in and score. Giants win this one 23-17. Let me know down below what you think. Is the Saints, will they come marching in this week, or will New York get to 2-3 on the season before a showdown with the Philadelphia Eagles? I appreciate you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more content in the future. Blitz with Blender. I make NFL and college football videos every single day. So excited to break down these types of matchups. So there's excitement. I hope it can come through that I'm excited to talk about the Saints' development of this team and how close they are and how they've looked pretty good. And the Giants, the excitement with that squad and what they can look forward to. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Best player in college football.
That Georgia and Ohio State game, New Year's Eve, is going to be a classic.
Josh Blunder, hi everybody, I'm Josh Blunder.
To the 40, 35, 30, Espinosa to the 20.